Located in Georgetown, Kentucky, amongst the rolling meadows is a beautiful horse farm called Valkyre Stud Farm, where yearlings romp and run and new foals stand for the first time.
Came down here because I loved horses. I rode horses and showed jumpers in Ohio. Came to UK and just loved Kentucky. I never went back to Ohio. Galloped race horses in the morning at Keeneland and worked around in the thoroughbred farms, you know, odds and ends, did night watching on Friday nights and, you know, after school and just got involved in the industry. And when I got out of college, I started to work in the industry. I had the great fortune to work for a wonderful man named Henry White that was a long-time, very famous farm manager and taught me a lot. I started my own farm in 1978. I care for about 50 horses total. That would include the yearlings and the little baby foals. The night watchman's here all night, watching the horses and for foaling. And my reproductive veterinarian, Dr. Jeff Cook, we're his first stop, thankfully. So that varies anytime from 5:30 until 6 o'clock.
On a horse farm, so it's all I knew. Going into vet school, I knew from day one that I wanted to do reproduction on mares, so it's all I knew, so that's what I did. And I came to Kentucky for a one-year internship at Root & Riddle, and then my parents always wanted me to come back home to the farm, and I never did, so this is home now. In a busy day, I'll go to 10 or 15 different farms, same ones every day at the same time roughly. And just do, all I do is mares and foals all day long. Because I'm always amazed when the foals are born each time. It's amazing that foal can grow inside the mare and be born, and then 15 minutes later it can be standing and nursing. So that amazes me every time I see it, still.
I have a few mares of my own, fortunately. Most of the horses are owned by other clients, and they're from other states. California, most of my business is from California, New York, and Florida. You know, our stallions, thankfully, are still here. We still have some awfully good stallions, but our state breeding program has really affected our business in Kentucky, very much so. Our state is not competitive anymore with the other states on the breeding program, so we've lost a lot of business to our other states. Thankfully, we still have some very good stallions, so that's the only thing that's holding us together right now in Kentucky. It is very much a way of life, like any kind of farming. You know, we're growing horses, and it can't be a 9-to-5 job. I don't ever want to wake up and not see a horse. I just love horses. It's a very difficult job for me in that it is a life or death situation all the time. 99% of the time everything's fine, but you know, and you remember all the foals you lose, the ones you can't save. You remember the mares that you lost, unfortunately, but it's a work of passion. It's a lifestyle. The number of hours, I can't imagine the number of hours that we work, but you don't think about it. If you did, you shouldn't be in it and you couldn't do the work. for me, the most rewarding part is I'm so fortunate to have clients that typically keep the fillies out of their broodmares and race them, and maybe the second generation or the third generation. So, you know, we do sell horses. We have to, you know, to make I have to sell to make the farm payments and such, pay stud fees. But a lot of my clients keep the fillies out of their mares. So, like at Keeneland, the second day of the race meet, a filly that I raised won quite easily a nice race, and she is actually the daughter of Ava Darling, who's the daughter of another mare that's still here on the farm, whose great-grandmother was 33 and just died, and I buried her on the farm. So to watch it, you know, to watch her win and fold her mother and fold her grandmother, and know what they all look like, and know their personalities, and know how they're built, and know every little thing about them, it's phenomenal. That's what is the most important thing for me. I have to sell to make payments, but if I was a wealthy person, I'd probably keep all of them.